Good morning, children. So, can you tell me what did we learn in the last class? Anybody?
Amplitude.
About amplitude. You understood about amplitude? Understood about amplitude? Yes, I am
Yes.
not asking to a single person. Whoever know that answer, they can say shout it. Okay, no problem. If you are shouting in the class, then also I will be happy because I want to make your mouth to open, to get it open. Yes, amplitude. How many of you understood about amplitude? Yes, you can tell me. Anybody?
Loudness of the sound is called amplitude.
Okay, loudness of the sound is called amplitude. Okay, if the sound is loud, we can say it have high amplitude, isn't it?
Yes.
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 So through the video also you have seen it, right? Amplitude. When we strike, when in the video, when we strike the spoon with on the glass slowly, very softly, if we are striking, the sound produced also will be very low. When it is striking forcefully, if it is striking hardly, the sound produced will become loud. You understood that, right? And what did you understand from the thermocol movement? Anybody can answer it. What did you understand from the thermocol when it is hanging? It is hanged in the video. How many of you have watched the video? Raise your hand. Yes. Okay, Shah. So what you understood from the movement of the thermocol? Isha is facing some. Sridev. Yes, Sridev. Yes, Isha can't answer my question. Sridev, can you tell me? Sridev, ah, what do you understand from? What do you understand from the movement of the thermocol in that activity?
It moves up and down.
It moves
in the
up and down.
same.
It moves. It is moving. How it moves? What it makes to move? What it makes to move?
Amplitude.
Amplitude. Is it amplitude? Vibration, right? Vibration on the glass made it to move. Okay, vibration on the glass made it to move. When the glass is hitting by softly, the vibrations also is very small. So the thermocol will move only a small distance. You have watched it, right? And when we strike the glass hardly, the vibrations produced on the glass due to striking is very big. So that makes the thermocol to move some more distance. Isn't it? Isn't it? Yes or
Yes,
no?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. So let me draw one graphical representation of it. Okay. So where I will draw. Okay. 1 minute. Yeah. So here I am going to show the graphical representation of vibration. I will ask questions based on it. Okay. So I am drawing the sleeping line. First object. I am drawing the wave, vibrations. I am drawing the vibration. Okay, this is of first object and this is of second object. Of this, which will make loud voice, loud sound. Anybody can answer.
Second.
Second one.
Second one. How you understood that it can make a loud sound?
Because the graph is big.
This is the mean position, right? This is the mean position. From the mean position, the object vibrated to both the side, but it displaced more in the second object. Here you can see the displacement of the object from the mean position is very small. But here you can see it displaced so far. So here we can say this object is having high amplitude. This second object is having high amplitude. Okay, the amplitude means, so second, in these two cases, second object is having high amplitude. If we are saying about the pendulum moves from the mean position to both the side in so far in the second object, second case. But in the first case, it may move some distance only to the both side. That is why vibrations will be less, frequency will be less, and amplitude also small. So that results in low sound. But in the second case, the amplitude, the distance from the mean position to both sides during its vibration is large. So it can make loud voice. So we can say second object is having high amplitude. Is it clear?
Yes,
Is it
ma'am.
clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here I am saying loud amplitude is related to loudness. Third point, you can see the third point. The loudness of sound depends on its amplitude. When the amplitude of vibration is large, the sound produced is loud. When the amplitude is small, the sound produced is feeble, very small, very weak. So this is we can understand using the loudness. So, but when you are learning in higher class, in 9th standard, you have to learn this definition. First definition, first sentence. What is that? It is the maximum vibration of the particles on either side from its mean position. To understand that definition, I showed that video. To understand that definition, before I draw that graphical representation, and I showed the mountains and peaks there. Okay, high mountains and high peaks. So it is the maximum amplitude is the maximum vibration of the particle on either side from its mean position. I hope it's clear now. Is it clear? Do anybody have any doubt regarding this point?
No, ma'am.
No.
Okay, I got Lynette is clear about it. And what about the others? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So let me go to the next point. That is pitch or shrillness. Okay, pitch or shrillness. So children, please wait. Don't write it, just understand it. Okay, first of all. So pitch or shrillness means, see, I am drawing the which one? Graphical representation. Okay, so sleeping line. I am going to draw the vibrations. First object. Second object. I am again drawing second object. Can you see it, children, here?
Yes, ma'am.
I am drawing it over it. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here, first object, it is over. Okay, second object. Okay, so here, are you remember about frequency? Remember about frequency? What do you mean by frequency, Tom?
A number of time oscillate per second.
Number of vibrations or number of oscillation per second. So here in the first case and in the second case, where which object is having high frequency?
Second object.
Second object. If it is calculated in 1 second, second object is having high frequency because so many oscillations are, we can see it there. Okay, second object is having high frequency. See, children, see when you hear the sound of a whistle, that sound may get into your ears, right? That will pierce into your ears, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it? Hmm? So when you compare the sound of the whistle with that of a drum, which will get pierce into your ears?
Whistle.
Whistle sound. Okay, whistle sound. See, and if you are hearing the sound of a organ or piano, when the person, if the artist is playing that piano, he can use different types of keys, right? Why he is using different types of keys? Why can't he use single key?
Ma'am, to
Diff-
display different sounds.
Okay, Benedict, are you learning piano or organ? Anything?
I learned, ma'am, not now.
You learned, right? Okay. So in the piano, Benedict, tell me why we can't use only one? Why the artist is using so many keys there?
To display different type of sounds.
Wow, okay, to play different types of sound, different type or different loudness, right? Different louded sounds, right? When we are playing one key, that sound will be different from the other keys. Hmm? Why it is so? Why the different keys are playing different types of sound? What is the reason? What is the reason?
Loudness.
Okay. So when we are pressing a key, that key is vibrating in some frequency. Okay, but the other keys are vibrating. Sometimes it may be more than the other key or than the less than it. So in a piano, different types of keys are there. Each key can vibrate in a particular frequency only. Okay, in a particular frequency. That is why when we are pressing different keys, we can hear different types of sounds because their frequencies are different. If the frequency, when we pressing a key which can vibrate in high frequency, it will get into our ears, right? But if the frequency of that key is less, it will be very feeble, very low. The frequency, the quality of the sound that get it into our ears, that is called shrillness or pitch. That is called shrillness or pitch. So in the piano also you can see some keys are in low pitch and some keys are in high pitch. That means the keys which are in low pitch means they may vibrate in low frequency. They may get vibrated in low frequency. But the keys which are in high pitch, that means they will vibrate high frequency. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
when
ma'am.
the frequency is more, that sound will be in high pitch. The sound of that key or that object will be high pitch. So here we can see pitch or shrillness. Pitch is that characteristics of sound by which we can distinguish between different sounds of the same loudness. For example, if a whistle is blown, we can identify the sound of the whistle from that of the drum, because in the whistle the air column vibrates more. The frequency of the air column is more than the stretched membrane of the frequency of stretched membrane of the drum. Got it? Got it? So don't be understand this point. After that you can write it. Okay, children. So what is pitch or shrillness? It is the characteristic of sound that help us to distinguish between different sounds of the same loudness. This pitch or shrillness depends on the frequency. It depends on the frequency. If the frequency of vibration is high, the sound produced has a high pitch. That is why in piano, if we play some of the keys, we can hear it loudly. But some of the keys will be in low sound. That means those which are playing in low voice, their frequency is very low. Number of vibration per second is very low. But which are making loud voice, their pitch is high. That means that keys may vibrate high in their frequency, or they may vibrate more. Got it? So the frequency of vibration is high, the sound produced has a high pitch. If the frequency of vibration is low, the sound produced has a low pitch. Is it clear? Pitch and shrillness understood
Yes.
clearly?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
The sound will pierce into the ears.
Hmm.
Like that.
So,
Then,
so that what we can say, what about the pitch of that sound?
Stillness or stillness will depend upon the frequency of an object.
Okay, so if an object vibrates, if an object vibrates fast, or if its frequency is more, what we can say about its pitch? High pitch or low pitch?
Ma'am, high pitch.
High pitch. Okay, Lakshmi, Nandakumar.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, if an object's frequency is less, what we can say about the frequency of that? What about we can say about the shrillness or pitch of that object?
It has less pitch.
Less pitch. Okay, so can you tell me? Yes, Amaljit baby, I think you can hear me, right? Amaljit baby? Amaljit, can you please respond?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Where it is? I can't see you. Yes.
Ma'am,
Can you arrange your device some more down so that I can see your face clearly? Yes. Good. So Amal. So yeah, a man's sound, adult man's sound, a woman's voice, and a baby's voice. Which of these have high frequency?
Woman
High frequency.
and
Compare man's
A man.
voice, woman's voice, and a baby's voice. In these three, which voice have high frequency? Number of vibration per second.
Man.
Whose it is more? Who can say?
Ma'am.
man.
Man's. Who can say?
Ma'am.
Ma'am,
Adikesh. Yes, Lynette, I will give you chance. Adikesh. Yes.
woman and babies.
Woman and babies comparing to man. Okay, so compare their frequency, comparing to man, frequency of woman's voice is more. That is why that can get into our ears. Okay, but comparing to woman's voice and baby's voice, which one will get into our ears?
Babies.
What is the reason behind it?
More frequency.
Yes, Fadil. Frequency of baby's voice is more than woman's voice. Number of vibration per second is more in babies than the woman's voice. So, in these three voices, which voice have high frequency?
Babies.
Baby's voice have high frequency. Okay, so can you tell me example from the nature which all have high frequency voice, which all are high frequency sound?
Ma'am, birds.
Birds, okay, bird sound
And
is, it is
crickets.
when it's, that sound is also getting into our ears. Okay, any other sound?
Ma'am, crickets.
Cricket sound, yes, yes, sound of the cricket, very good. Then whistle has a high frequency, right? So the pitch of the whistle is also very high. It is also have high frequency. Always of a comparing to man, the shrillness or the pitch of the sound of woman is high. Okay, but if we are comparing with a baby, the pitch of the baby sound is small. It has high pitch. Is it clear? I think it is clear, right? So we learned about the characteristics of sound. We have learned about the characteristics of sound. So which are the main characteristics? Can when
Yes,
I
ma'am.
ask, yeah, which are the main characteristics of sound that help us to distinguish between different types of sound?
Amplitude,
Hmm.
vibration, frequencies.
Hmm?
Amplitude,
Okay.
vibration,
Hmm.
time period, shrillness or pitch.
Is there anything who can correct him? Who can correct him?
Ma'am.
1 minute, Lynette. I am happy that you are always ready to answer it, but I want to check. Who can? Yes, Nivedya. Yes, yes.
Ma'am, the vibration is called frequency.
Vibration?
It's called as frequency.
Frequency. Yes, not vibration. Vibration of frequency of vibration. It is not vibration. It is the frequency. Why are you hiding the camera with your hand? So frequency. So who can say the characteristics? Yes. Who are ready? Who is ready? Yes, Adikesh. Yes.
And the important ones.
The important ones that help us to identify the sounds. Yes.
And frequency.
Very good.
Amplitude. And
Amplitude.
shrillness or pitch.
Okay, these help us to understand whether we can identify the one sound from the other using these three characteristics. Okay, so I hope you understood. So next point. Yeah, 10 more minutes are there, right? Okay, next point is that there are two types of sound. Can you tell me which all are they? Two types of sounds. Two types of sounds.
Audible and inaudible.
Oh yeah, audible and inaudible sound. Okay, audible and inaudible sound. These are the two types of sounds. So first we can see inaudible sound. What are inaudible sound? So now you understood about frequency. Frequency is related to vibration. If vibration is associated with an object, then only sound will produce. These all points you now understood. So now we can move to inaudible sound. Inaudible sound means the sounds of frequency less than 20 hertz. So 20 hertz means it is the frequency. 1 minute. Here I can ask a question. Amras, 20 hertz is the frequency of an object. Okay, what is the frequency of an object?
20 hertz.
20 hertz. Okay, 20 hertz means how many vibration per second? How many vibrations per second? Don't know. Okay. So who can say from boys' side? Who can say it? Raise your hand. I can see Adikesh, Fadil. What about Tom? Advait? What about Advait? Okay, Advait Murali, tell me. Tell me, Advait.
Ma'am, 20.
20 vibration per second. Okay. Don't forget it. That is why we are calling it as its frequency. Amras. So the sound of frequency less than 20 hertz. That means 20 vibrations per second. If it is less than 20 vibration per second and more than 20 hertz, 20,000, not 20,000. It is more than 20,000 hertz, we can't hear the sounds. So human ears can't detect the sound less than 20 hertz and more than 20,000 hertz. So some sounds are there less than 20 hertz and more than 20,000 hertz. That means some sounds vibrates less than 20 vibration per second. Okay, 15 vibration per second. If that vibrations are 15 vibration per second means we can't hear that sound. And just imagine if an object vibrates 25,000 times in a second, 25,000 times in a second. Can we hear that sound?
No.
No.
No. Okay. Our human ear can hear only the sound that is between 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz. Rest all, we can't hear that sound. So those sounds which are less than 20 hertz and more than 20,000 hertz, they are called inaudible sound. Okay, inaudible sound. So less than 20 hertz and more than 20,000. Very important. Okay, 20,000 hertz. So these sounds are inaudible. Here also above 20,000 inaudible sound. And the sound which is between 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz, we can call it as audible sound. That we can hear. Our ears can hear these type of sounds.
Ma'am,
The sounds, yes. Yes, Amin.
ma'am, why we cannot hear frequency about 20,000 hertz? Why
See
human ear cannot detect?
how we are hearing the sound, which is the vibrating part that help us to hear.
Eardrum.
Eardrum, right? So when the sound get it into our eardrum, that eardrum has to vibrate. Accordingly, according to that vibration, electrical pulses are created and it is sent to the brain. Likewise, the process. If it is below 20 hertz, that sound will become, that vibration will be very feeble, very low. So that won't reach to our ears. So that won't make a notable vibration in our eardrum. It can't detect that vibration. That is why we can't hear it. And about 20,000, about 20,000 means high frequency, isn't it? 20,000 hertz means it is very high frequency. So frequency and loudness, you understood. Frequency and loudness are related. If frequency is more, what will happen to the loudness?
More loud.
That also will be more. That also will be, the frequency is related to pitch also. So pitch also will become more high pitch sound. That can cause some damage to the vibrating part, which is the eardrum. Okay, so we can't hear the sound below 20 hertz and above 20,000. Please note that extreme two ends, 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz. I mean, I hope it is clear now, right? I mean,
Yes, ma'am. It's clear.
okay. So here, inaudible, you can see 20,000 hertz, right? So we can change this 20,000 hertz into 20 kilohertz also. So some of the questions you may see 20 kilohertz. This 20 kilohertz and 20,000 hertz, these both are same. Okay, both are same. Okay, is it clear?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
shall I ask you?
Yes,
Shall I ask you what are inaudible sounds? Who can
Yes,
answer it? Yes, Lynette. Yes.
Ma'am,
What are inaudible sound?
ma'am, sound which are less than 20 hertz and more than 20,000 hertz is called inaudible sound.
Oh, okay. Frequency. Sounds having frequency. Frequency is there important. Okay. Frequency between below less than 20 hertz and above 20,000 hertz, or we can say 20 kilohertz also. Okay. So shall I go to the next one? Audible sound.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So audible sound means the sound which human being can hear it. That range is called audible sound. So here the range of sound that the human being can hear is 20 hertz and 20,000. Between 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz. Okay. So these sound range, these sounds are called audible sound. So frequency of the object, if it is more between 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz, we human being can hear it. That sound we can call it as audible sound. Is it clear?
Yes,
Is it
ma'am.
clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the frequency range of audible sound? Who can answer it? Raise your hand. I'm not calling anybody. Yes, Lashmi Nandakumar. Yes, Lashmi.
Between 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz.
Okay. So which is the lower frequency? So listen carefully. Which is the lower? What is the lower frequency of an object for an audible sound? Lower frequency of an object for audible sound. That is audible to human being. Yes, who can say lower? At least. Yes, Fadil, try it.
Ma'am, 20 hertz.
20 hertz, very good, 20 hertz. So what is the limit, higher limit of a human audible sound? Higher limit of human audible sound?
20,000 hertz.
20,000 hertz. Okay. So if I ask you 20 kilohertz is the higher level, say, will it be true or false?
True.
20 kilohertz.
True.
True.
That is also. So sometimes the questions will ask in kilohertz and in hertz. Okay. So next one. See, ultrasound scanning. Have you heard about ultrasound scanning? In medical, you have sometimes your parents also undergo for this ultrasound scanning, right? So what do you mean by that ultrasound scanning? Anybody? No. Okay, ultrasound. There we are using sounds which are about 20,000 hertz. Okay, there we are using, the scanning is done using sounds just above 20,000 hertz. We can't hear it. So using that sound waves, they are doing the scanning. So ultrasound scanning means in that they are using the sound waves above 20,000 hertz. That is why we can't hear it. And one more thing. See, dogs can hear the sound which is above 20,000 hertz also. That is why police is using a whistle that help them to help the dogs to hear that sound. That whistle may make the vibration which is above 20,000 hertz. We can't hear it. But who can hear at that time when the police use the whistle?
Dogs.
Yes. Who can hear? We human being can't hear that sound because it is it is above our audible range. But the dogs can hear it. Okay, they have the capacity to, they have the characteristics to hear these all sounds. So children, I will send, now it is the time to wind up my class. So read the textbook. I will send the notes regarding it. So these all portions are there for MCQ questions and MCQ test. And see, in today's portion, you can expect a lot of MCQ questions. Okay, read the textbook clearly. Okay, go through the notes which I am sending. So shall I wind up today's class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.